Okay, you will likely not have to alter the settings at all. In fact, I'm fairly certain that you won't have to alter them. But let me just explain quickly what are the settings in Formscanner. I'm going to open up Formscanner. There are basically only three settings that you'll need to worry about, or that you don't need to worry about. In fact, if you go to settings and then options, there's the threshold, the density, and then the marker size. And if you want to use a different shape, a square or whatever, you can change the marker shape here as well, but most people use circles. So for the threshold, that says what color does Formscanner accept as being filled in. I mean, it takes the RGB components of the pixels. Let me just show you here. Here's an image, and right now I have the threshold set at 127. That means that when I have the image here, the value over here where it says red, green, and blue, those values should be less than 127 in order for it to consider that pixel as being filled. Okay, so here, if you look, since I scanned it in black and white, all the pixels are either 0 or they're at their maximum, which is 255. So here, the threshold set at 127 or whatever it was will certainly count this pixel as being filled because the RGB or red, green, blue components are all set to 0. All right, so that's one thing. The other thing that you have is the density. This says within the marker, all right, what I call the marker, which is a circle that's 20 pixels across, within the marker, how much of it must be filled in order for Formscanner to say, okay, this student considered this bubble to be filled. So if you look at our image again, see, some of them are filled a lot, like the ones that the students penciled in, and some of them have a few black dots in them. That's where we had the A, B, C, D, E penciled in. So Formscanner would not count this one, for example, as being filled because less than 40% of the bubble is filled in. But over here, obviously more than 40% is filled in, so it would count that as marked. And then the other thing is the marker size. With 20 pixels, if you're doing 300 dots per inch, as you should be, the marker size will cover the entire bubble. All right. We'll see that in just a bit when we actually run these forms through Formscanner.